This is We Have Options, hosted by me, personal finance expert Dominique Broadway. I left my career as a financial advisor to the 1% to help the 99% build generational wealth. No matter who you are, you have options, and I am here to help you turn those options into dollar signs. I cannot believe it, but this year is absolutely flying by. We're already basically in the middle of February, which means there's been tons of opportunities to make money so far this year. And hopefully you have been doing that. And I'm actually really excited to announce that we are launching our next options challenge. And we host this a few times a year and people absolutely love it. So if you've been listening to We Have Options and you're still a little confused about some of the things, please make sure you go to optionschallenge.com and join our next options challenge. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what's been going on in the world. A lot has been going on. As you guys know, it is earnings season, and that means that all of our favorite companies are sharing their earnings. Interesting. Someone asked me the other day, Dominique, how are these people sharing their earnings? Do they have to do this? And I'm like, yeah, all publicly traded companies have to share their earnings. And so they typically do this every quarter, and they'll let you know how they did in the previous quarter. So right now we're hearing how Q4 did, right? As we're in Q1. So it is earnings seasons, and all of our favorite companies are sharing their earnings, which means there's tons of opportunities to potentially participate before the earnings come out, or if you want to do something safer, getting into some of these trades after the earnings comes out and riding the wave up or down. And also it sometimes if the stock falls from the earnings, it signals a good time for you to go ahead and get in and purchase the stock while it's discounted. All right, so let's talk about what's been going on this week in the market. First things first, Microsoft. Can I just give a quick round of applause to Microsoft? Because listen, no one's been mentioning Bing. Did you guys know that Microsoft has a search browser named Bing? I forgot about that. I'm not going to lie. And many of us have, but they are coming back full steam ahead, and they have integrated AI into their Bing search browser. Now, I haven't tried it just yet, but word on the street is it's pretty powerful. And this has caused their stock price to shoot up. They've been up probably over 8% over the last week, just with news surrounding the billions of dollars that they're going to be investing into AI over the next couple of years. And they are looking to reposition themselves as the next Google. So maybe by next year, this time we'll be binging. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to you, Microsoft, for making a super, super strong comeback and trying to get us to all move from Google to Bing. Bing, I don't know. The name's kind of weird. Maybe they should change it because Bing isn't really an action word like Google. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But their stock is up, and it looks like this is a good time to honestly get into Microsoft stock because it looks like it's going to just keep riding up because they are going full steam ahead to take on Google. All right, so another big company that had earnings was Disney. Now, last quarter, I ain't gonna lie, Disney, they got me a little bit. I was expecting them to go up, and they did not go up. They fell, and they were saying that they were uneasy about what the next quarter was going to look like because people are starting to save more money because we are in this quote unquote recession, right? And just pinching their dollars a lot more. So Disney has decided that they are going to reinstate their dividend. Disney has not paid a dividend out in like a really long time. All right. So they've decided to reinstate their dividend, and they're actually going to be cutting 7,000 jobs. And this has triggered their stock price to shoot up. All right. So they were up over $7 in the last few days. And so I'm excited to see that Disney's starting to make this rebound. Unfortunately, they are cutting jobs, but on the upside, they are also reinstating their dividends, which is great if you're like me and you are a long-term holder of Disney stock as well, okay? A few other companies that have just been on the rise is Tesla, okay? Go Tesla. Tesla has just been skyrocketing right back up. And that is because of a couple of things. One, apparently Tesla keeps cutting the prices on their cars. I'm not sure how I feel about that because like I would be really mad if I just bought a Tesla and now the value's already gone down. So I don't know. I'm a little confused how that works as someone who owns a car, knowing that the value and price of your car is constantly going down and it's just sitting in your garage. But outside of that, Elon Musk is not going to be held liable for all of this potential insider trading and tweeting out different things. And so that has caused the stock to go up. So shout out to Tesla for making this a really strong rebound. Now, another couple of companies that have announced their earnings is Affirm. So Affirm is actually down 14% or so with the release of their earnings. And this was also triggered because apparently Apple Pay has announced Apple Pay Later, which is like their version of Affirm. And because Apple Pay Later is like already built into your phone, they're thinking that this is actually going to greatly reduce Affirm's revenue, because it's way easier just to use Apple Pay Later because Apple Pay is like built into everything versus Affirm. So they're actually down 14%, and apparently their sales or revenue last quarter wasn't as great. And apparently there's been a slight increase of people defaulting on their Affirm payout loans or whatever. So that's a thing as well. So sorry about that, Affirm, but you're down 14% or more based on those earnings. Robinhood, on the other hand, is up, and they're starting to go up. Apparently they had a big issue. They accidentally shorted a stock that cost them like $54 million. Oh, poor Robinhood. So they accidentally shorted a stock that costed them $54 million. And I guess they're trying to get those earnings back. But anyway, their stock is still up, and people are apparently back to investing and trading again. So that's a good thing. They've seen a big increase in their users as well. So Pepsi was also up 1.05% after their earnings. Hilton was up 1.51%. Kellogg is up, and Toyota is also up as well. Another company that is up is Uber. All right. So Uber has said that their ridership has increased because apparently people are going back to work, I guess. So they've seen a big increase in their ridership, and this has also caused their stock to go up from last quarter, but they're also anticipating that for the next quarter, their revenue will increase as well because people are just Ubering a lot more than they used to. So we'll also see how that affects Lyft as well. All right. So those are some of the things that have happened just this week. It's been a busy week, to say the least, right? So many companies going up, going down, moving around, so many changes, and still so many layoffs. Unfortunately, we're still hearing that layoffs. Also, unemployment numbers have come out this week, and they're actually higher than what they anticipated to be. This also did not really cause or shake the market up at all, but from a human aspect, it is unfortunate to know and hear that more people are filing initial job claims week after week after week, and it seems to be increasing week over week after week. This is another reason why it's very important to have multiple skills in our toolbox so that we can make money, not just with our jobs, but in the markets and other ways as well, right? Very, very important. So gearing up for next week, all right? A lot is happening next week. As I said, it's earnings season. These are just a few of the companies that I'll be keeping my eyes out on, and you guys should be as well. First up is Coca-Cola. Next, Marriott, TransUnion, and a lot of people don't realize that these credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, are all publicly traded companies. Did you guys know that? You probably didn't. But TransUnion will be releasing their earnings as well next week. Roblox, which may be your kid's favorite app or game. I don't really know much about Roblox, but I know that all of my friends who have kids that are older than mine, like apparently they spend a lot of money on Roblox every month. So apparently they typically do really well, and it is a publicly traded company. Also, Kraft, Krispy Kreme, Crocs, and Shake Shack are all releasing their earnings next week. All right. So as you can see, it will be another busy week, and I'm super excited to recap next week with you as well when the time comes. All right. So we have a lot to focus on for next week. Tons of different opportunities to make money, to play around in the markets, and just to enjoy, to see how these companies did. Unless I enjoy it. Maybe it's just me. Could be me. I'm a finance nerd, but I love this stuff. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and end it with our affirmation of the week. So our affirmation is: abundance is coming. I deserve it and accept it. Abundance is coming. I deserve it and accept it. All right. Thank you all so much, and I will see you soon. We Have Options is a production of Money News Network. We Have Options is written and hosted by me, Dominique Broadway. Our executive producer is Morgan Lavoie.